wysłuchaliśmy bardzo interesującej prezentacji pani sędzi Felicitas Paler, która przyjechała do nas z Austrii i opowiadała na temat mediacji w Austrii z perspektywy sędziego. Pozwólcie, że przejdę na angielski z uwagi na fakt, że pani sędzia mówi oczywiście biegle po niemiecku, bo to jest jej język ojczysty, ale z uwagi na fakt, że angielski jest pewnie bardziej popularny, zadam kilka pytań w języku angielskim. Yeah, it was very nice to hear that speech. The whole presentation was very fruitful. I think we have some questions concerning mediation in Austria. When I was writing my doctor thesis, I thought that Austria is a masterpiece as far as legislation is concerned.
Okay.
Do you agree with this?
Yeah, well, I mean, we have this law on civil mediation since 2004. So, I mean, the legal basis does exist since quite a long time. I mean, the law entered into force even before the EU directive entered into force. So, on a theoretical basis, we have it since a long time. Yeah.
Is it easy to become a mediator in Austria?
No, definitely not. Really not. It requires a lot of training. I think I have not been trained as a mediator. I'm a judge. But I think the standards are too high, actually. They are very high. You need loads and loads of training. And I think they set the standards very, very high. And it is quite expensive to do all these trainings.
Okay. How much does it cost to become a mediator?
It costs, I would say, between 7,000 and 10,000 euros. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you have to renew the training in 2 or 3 years, yeah?
Yes, I mean, you have to recertificate, we name it, every 5 years. So every 5 years, and then you have to prove anew that you have done so and so many cases, that you've done training of so and so many hours. So the standards are high.
So experience is also the key point in that case.
The key point, yeah. Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
One more question. Is it possible that a judge can be a mediator or not?
Yes, it is possible. I mean, it is supposed he or she would not mediate her or his own cases. But, I mean, it is rare. But there are judges who work as mediators in private practice. They are active judges and work as well as mediators, so it is allowed.
In Poland, it is not allowed. You cannot be a judge and both a mediator. Well, if you are a retired judge,
Yeah.
you can be a mediator.
Yeah, I can understand these concerns actually, yes.
Maybe very last question concerning the legal aid. Is it possible to have legal aid on mediation in Austria?
Only in custody and divorce cases. In custody and divorce cases, yes, and the extent of the legal aid depends on your means. But in all the rest of the cases, no, it's not possible.
Spotkanie z naszym gościem z Chorwacji. Próbowałem bardzo profesjonalnie wypowiedzieć jego imię i nazwisko. Mogę powiedzieć tylko tyle, że jest mediatorem, jest także sędzią i prezesem Stowarzyszenia Mediatorów w Chorwacji. Pozwólcie, że sam się przedstawi. Could you introduce yourself? Could you introduce yourself because I may have the problems with your name and surname. Okay, I will try, but Srdjan, yes.
Srdjan Šimac.
Okay, so once again.
Srdjan Šimac.
Jak powiedziałem, mediator, jednocześnie sędzia. Could you give us some information concerning, how to become a mediator in Croatia?
In Croatia, we have a basic mediation training, 40 hours. That's actually only what is mandatory to become mediator and to register in a register of mediators. So it's not, you can mediate even without mediation training, but maybe you will be not so efficient.
Who is paying for the course? Is it the country, the state, or you have to pay for yourself?
By ourselves, yes.
And how much does it cost to be a mediator?
It's like 600-700 euros. 5 days.
Okay, 5 days. Is it, do you have some specializations in mediation or not?
We have. and we asked. I am a president of Croatian Mediation Association, so we are certified to provide trainings by the Ministry of Justice. We have a basic training, we have advanced training, we will have very soon training for the family mediators and training for the workplace mediation.
Sounds very interesting. I was just wondering, do you have some legal aid for the mediation in Croatia? I mean, if you don't have money to go to court and you have some legal aid from the state, some support from the state for the mediation, is it possible?
Yes, it is a good question. It is not, but we as an association we have a center for mediation, and we offer all people who cannot pay. We will give them for free.
Is mediation in Croatia obligatory or not?
It is not only in the collective labor disputes so far, and this is a big question, and it's doubtful in which percentage or amount we really need mandatory mediation.
As a judge, is it possible that you are also a mediator?
You know, as I used to say, judges could be the best or the worst mediators. They have a lot of abilities to keep or to take in mediation, and I am the one who can change the head, and it's really like that. I was a totally formal, maybe even rigid judge, but now I am a quite new one as a person, as a professional.
In one sentence, how would you describe mediation and how would you promote the mediation for the people?
In one sentence, mediation is art of being human.
Witam po krótkiej przerwie. Naszym gościem jest przedstawiciel z Francji, który opowiadał o mediacji z perspektywy Francji, z perspektywy Francuzów. Przewodniczący Komitetu Mediacji IBI, czyli Międzynarodowego Stowarzyszenia Adwokatów. Przewodniczący tego komitetu odpowiedzialnego za mediację, pan Gilles Dab. Yeah, dzień dobry. Very nice to meet you. How would you describe mediation in one sentence from the French perspective? Is it popular as an alternative method for dispute resolution?
Well, first, as a definition, I would say it's a dispute resolution process whereby you parties choose a neutral, independent third party to help them reach a settlement. This is how one would define it. Now, we need to make it clear that what we're talking about is contractual, commercial mediation as opposed to court mediation and other sorts of imposed mediation. The real focus and the big challenge is for the development of this first kind of creature of mediation, which is contractual mediation. It's not yet there, but I think there's a momentum, and as exemplified by the new law in Poland, which came into force in 2016, there are a very positive environment to help mediation take off.
I was just wondering if mediation is obligatory in France.
It is not. For some disputes, like employment law or for family disputes, there are stages where you are required to try to mediate. It's a sort of conciliation, if you want, sort of mediation. It's a conciliation, but it's with the supervision of the court. So it's not exactly the mediation we're talking about, but in terms of forcing parties to basically agree to go to mediation, no, there is nothing like that. And I think it would be somehow contradictory, and it would backfire on mediation. So it's not a very good idea to impose mediation.
I agree. I share your opinion. I was just wondering, you were talking about some big mediation methods, yeah? I mean, you were talking about Hermes. What is the difference between mediating in small cases and in big cases? Are there any differences between them?
Well, usually the more you have big stakes and the more you're cautious about the road you're taking. So, in that case, I think all the players were quite sophisticated. The judge itself and in himself, and in that case, it was a court-assisted mediation and not a true mediation. But in that case, Hermes versus LVMH, we had a judge very much sensitive and aware of the advantages of mediation, and you had two sophisticated parties, although there were I wouldn't say personal about their disputes, but the stakes were considerable. There were criminal proceedings, etc. They were also aware that the best way out of this difficult situation was to find a solution, an agreed solution, and that was through mediation.
You are also a legal advisor, well, or advocate. You are advocate or a legal advisor?
Well, I do both.
Okay, you are doing the both. From that perspective, yeah, from that perspective, do you mediate as a lawyer very often?
I have mediated cases as a counsel, and I have mediated as a mediator. I would say, of course, the two perspectives are completely different, but it's a little bit like in arbitration. The advantage of arbitration is that you have the same people acting both as counsel as arbitrator in different matters, of course. And with mediation, the fact that you know how a mediator thinks really helps you to act as using the right advocacy skills. Vice versa, when you're a mediator, you know what to expect from the counsel and how they can help the process. And it's very important to basically be able to switch position, because that's how mediation works and basically is best promoted.
Very interesting. I was just wondering, well, some very last technical question. What are the main tools for the mediators which you are using in your practice?
Well, there are many. I think the most important, I couldn't tell you about one in particular, but it is true that caucuses, when you sit with one party privately without the other, and then speak with the other party without the other, the first one, can be very helpful. Now, it can pose serious due process issues, and you need to take some legal advice and make sure that legally it can be working. But caucuses can tend to be quite an efficient tool. I would just want to add something, if you allow me, regardless of the efficiency of the process, about how to promote mediation, and especially here in Poland, because that applies in many jurisdictions where mediation is yet to take off. It's about educating, especially on those tools, and this is why I thought of this. I think it's very important that we find a way, and the legislator could do this, to add mediation as inside the curriculum of young lawyers or advocates to become advocates. I think when you impose a legal background, you give them the tools in their educational background. I think this is the best way to promote mediation, so that once those students come to the real life, they already have those tools in their toolbox and they can use it effectively.
Nasz gość, pani Jolanta Tubko-Mazur z Litwy, również pani mediator. Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję za wspaniałą prezentację dotyczącą mediacji na Litwie. Chciałem zapytać, na jakim etapie są prace dotyczące wprowadzenia mediacji obligatoryjnej na Litwie?
Czy jest już opracowana nie tylko koncepcja w ubiegłym roku, czyli rok temu, koncepcja rozwoju mediacji, natomiast już jest opracowany projekt mediacji, projekt ustawy mediacyjnej nowej, i która już jest złożona do Sejmu, i Sejm już podjął decyzję, że będzie ją rozpatrywał. Czyli teraz kwestia dyskusji nad poszczególnymi postanowieniami.
Wczoraj były wybory parlamentarne na Litwie. Czy to ma jakiś wpływ na zmianę składu, czy to nie ma żadnego wpływu na pracę nad ustawą?
Mam nadzieję, że to nie wpłynie negatywnie nad pracą nad ustawą. W każdym bądź razie mam nadzieję, że dołączy do mnie środowisko mediatorów, którzy będą się starali, żeby tak się nie stało i dalej przekonywać, dlaczego jest to potrzebne i jakie to jest dobre.
Czy są jakieś dane, ilu jest mediatorów na Litwie?
Jeżeli chodzi o mediatorów pozasądowych, to tutaj w ogóle nie mamy żadnej statystyki, a mediatorów sądowych obecnie na liście figuruje na dzień wczorajszy 230.
Czy oni mają jakieś specjalizacje, czy są wykształceni ogólnie?
Generalnie normy prawne, czyli stawiane czy postanowienia Rady Sędziów, którzy regulują generalnie w bardziej szczegółowy sposób mediację sądową, nie określają tego, natomiast praktyka prowadzi do tego, żeby jednak tą specjalizację osoby wpisywały, w czym są dobre.
Macie jakieś centrum informacji, gdzie można takie informacje szczegółowe uzyskać na temat specjalizacji poszczególnych mediatorów? Jakaś platforma, strona internetowa?
Mamy platformę, która bardzo dobrze się rozwija i to już od kilku lat, to jest platforma sądowa, gdzie mamy nie tylko dojście do sprawy online, czyli do wszystkich dokumentów, akt sprawy, natomiast także do całej informacji na temat mediatorów, czyli cała lista mediatorów, które można wybrać na temat CV mediatora, można przejrzeć, o ile zgodził się na umieszczenie takiej informacji mediator. No i także zapoznać się ze statystyką, bo Rada jednak sędziów prowadzi, Narodowa Administracja Sądowa też prowadzi statystyczne dane, ile spraw do mediacji, w jakich sporach i nawet statystyki, ile każdy z mediatorów przeprowadził spraw i które były z sukcesem.
Czy mediatorzy na Litwie mają prawo wglądu w akta sądowe, jeżeli są wyznaczeni przez sąd do prowadzenia mediacji, czy muszą uzyskać zgodę stron na na taką analizę?
Mają prawo wglądu. Mają prawo albo bezpośrednio, czy nawet za pomocą tej samej platformy internetowej, sądowej, oficjalnej, czyli wystarczy podłączenie, nawet nie trzeba przyjść do sądu, żeby się zapoznać z aktem.
I bardzo krótko, jeszcze jakby pani mediator mogła powiedzieć, co trzeba zrobić, żeby być mediatorem, czy takim sądowym mediatorem, czy trzeba mieć jakieś wykształcenie, przejść kurs, zdać egzamin?
Na dzień dzisiejszy wymagania są stawiane następujące, czyli wyższe wykształcenie, to jest obowiązek, natomiast nie ma limitu, czy to będzie nauk społecznych, czy psycholog, czy prawnik. I mamy na liście dzisiaj już nie tylko prawników, adwokatów, sędziów, tylko są psycholodzy, socjolodzy, pedagodzy nawet. Natomiast poza tym trzeba przejść kurs 32-godzinowy z mediacji, czyli tylko wysłuchać. Natomiast nie ma takiego egzaminu kwalifikacyjnego, jednak aby trafić na listę po złożeniu tych formalnych całych dokumentów, jednak trzeba stawić się osobiście. I komisja jednak jeszcze taka jest rozmowa kwalifikacyjna, kiedy podejmuje decyzję, czy jednak osoba ma te kompetencje do prowadzenia mediacji mediatorskie.